People see fun-loving Aaron, but I do have a secret.
Aaron's impossible choice. Modern pastor's son faces Amish faith versus hearing disability, suddenly Amish. Defining factor: hearing disability requiring modern assistive technology. Current status: prospective Amish convert/spiritual seeker. Aaron Noble's search for belonging, a defining spoiler arc on Suddenly Amish. When Suddenly Amish premiered on January 13, 2026, it introduced viewers to 6 individuals attempting to live within a traditional Amish community in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Among them, Aaron Noble quickly emerged as one of the most quietly compelling figures. At 40 years old, the Michigan native and pastor's son entered the experience not for spectacle or rebellion, but in pursuit of spiritual alignment, simplicity, and a deeper sense of belonging. Spoilers from the season reveal that Aaron's journey becomes one of the most emotionally layered and thematically complex arcs in the series. His desire to embrace Amish values is sincere, but his hearing disability and the modern technology required to manage it places him at the center of an unresolved conflict between devotion and necessity. A faith-centered beginning. Aaron's background shapes nearly every aspect of his storyline. Raised as the son of a pastor, he grew up immersed in Christian doctrine, church life, and moral discipline. Faith was not peripheral in his upbringing, it was foundational. His lifelong exposure to structured belief systems explains his attraction to the Amish, who live lives governed by consistency, humility, and communal accountability. Unlike some participants who arrive seeking escape from chaos or dissatisfaction, Aaron's motivation is deliberate and thoughtful. He is not rejecting modern life out of frustration. Instead, he questions whether modern living, with its constant stimulation, convenience, and distraction, supports the kind of spiritual focus he values. From the beginning, Aaron frames his interest in Amish life as an extension of his faith, not a departure from it. Drawn to simplicity, not isolation. Aaron is drawn to the Amish emphasis on simplicity, but spoilers make clear that he does not romanticize hardship. He understands that Amish life is demanding, physically and emotionally. What appeals to him is not the absence of technology alone, but the intentional way the Amish structure their days around work, worship, and community. In early episodes, Aaron observes more than he speaks. He studies routines, listens carefully to Amish elders, and asks questions rooted in respect rather than entitlement. His demeanor signals seriousness. He wants to understand before he commits. This approach earns him cautious goodwill from the Amish families hosting the group, but it also places his journey on a slower, more contemplative path than others. The hidden conflict: hearing disability and technology. The central spoiler of Aaron's arc revolves around what the show initially presents as a secret. Aaron has a hearing disability that requires Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids connected to his phone. These devices are not optional conveniences. They are essential for his ability to communicate, process instructions, and navigate daily life safely. Amish culture generally prohibits modern technology, especially personal electronic devices. The rules are rooted in maintaining separation from the outside world, preserving humility, and preventing individualism from undermining the community. Aaron's reliance on assistive technology places him in a uniquely difficult position. He is not seeking access to entertainment, social media, or convenience. He is seeking access to communication. Spoilers indicate that this conflict surfaces gradually but becomes unavoidable as the season progresses. Physical and emotional challenges. Beyond the issue of technology, Aaron also struggles with the physical demands of Amish life. Manual labor, long workdays, or the emotional cost of seeking a place where belief, body, and community align. An unresolved but meaningful outcome. Unlike many reality television narratives, Aaron's storyline does not culminate in a dramatic decision or definitive resolution. Spoilers strongly suggest that his journey ends without a formal Amish conversion. Instead, Aaron leaves the experience with clarity rather than certainty. He gains respect for the Amish way of life without idealizing. Suddenly Amish is not a story of failure or rejection. It is a story of discernment, humility, and spiritual honesty. As a pastor's son seeking simplicity, he arrives with genuine faith. As a man with a hearing disability, he confronts the reality that not all sacred spaces are built with everybody in mind. In the end, Aaron's journey is less about becoming Amish, immersion in Christian faith, coupled with a personal physical reality that complicates his attraction to Amish life. Raised as the son of a pastor in Michigan, Aaron approaches the Amish community not as a novelty or escape, but as a deeply considered spiritual alternative, one that both draws him in and quietly resists him. His storyline centers on a central tension, a longing for spiritual simplicity and devotion versus the practical and emotional necessity of modern technology to manage his hearing disability. Unlike other participants whose conflicts are social or cultural, Aaron's struggle is existential, ethical, and deeply personal. Personal history and upbringing. Aaron's identity is inseparable from his upbringing in a faith-centered household. As a pastor's son, he was of being different, even within familiar religious spaces. This duality, deep belonging to faith, paired with quiet personal separation, lays the groundwork for his attraction to the Amish. Professional life and worldly experience. Prior to appearing on Suddenly Amish, Aaron lived a stable, conventional adult life in Michigan. While the series does not foreground his exact profession, it is clear he has functioned successfully in the modern workforce, navigating environments that rely heavily on technology, fast communication, and social adaptability. Professionally, Aaron appears disciplined, thoughtful, and dependable. He is not portrayed as someone fleeing failure or instability. Instead, his decision to explore Amish life is framed as a philosophical and spiritual choice rather than a reactionary one. This distinction is important. Aaron is not running away from modern life. He is questioning whether it fully nourishes his soul. Spiritual motivation and attraction to the Amish. Aaron's draw attentive and deeply observant. He listens more than he speaks and tends to ask thoughtful, clarifying questions rather than making declarations. In interactions with Amish hosts, he avoids confrontation. He accepts correction calmly. He shows gratitude for patience and guidance. With fellow participants' assumptions about Amish life, spoilers highlight that he does not attempt to impress Amish hosts with enthusiasm or declarations of commitment. Instead, Aaron studies. He watches routines. He asks clarifying questions about doctrine, technology, and daily expectations. His demeanor signals seriousness rather than romanticism. This posture earns him cautious respect from Amish community members, but it also places him under closer scrutiny. Aaron is not testing the Amish. He is testing himself, and that quiet intensity makes his presence more consequential. The technology question emerges early. Spoilers reveal that the issue of Aaron's hearing technology surfaces earlier than many viewer or social rules. Aaron's conflict is immediate and unavoidable. Amish norms around technology are not arbitrary. They are tied to values of humility, separation from the world, and communal equality. Assistive hearing devices do not neatly fit into existing categories. They are neither luxury nor fears compromising a faith structure he admires. Aaron's self-discipline, normally a strength, begins to cut both ways. He holds himself to a standard that may be impossible to meet. His struggle is not external rebellion, but internal negotiation. Contrast with other participants. Spoilers consistently position Aaron as a counterpoint to more emotionally reactive cast members. Later spoilers suggest that discussions around Aaron's hearing devices become more explicit. The issue is no longer abstract. It is addressed directly in conversations about rules, exceptions, and precedent. Aaron does not demand accommodation. Instead, he asks questions. Is necessity different from indulgence? Can humility coexist with assistance? Does faith require identical sacrifice from unequal bodies? These questions are not answered definitively within the show, and that ambiguity is intentional. A non-traditional resolution. Unlike many reality television arcs, Aaron's storyline does not resolve with